What's going on, traders? Who's ready to make some money? Let me know in the chat by, of course. Let's throw up, you know what? Pinkies on up in the chat. Let me know. You try to make some chicken dinners? Throw up that pinky. Let's see what you got.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
What's going on, traders? How we doing on out there? Let's go ahead. Let's dive into the markets. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on Zunaid. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, man? Good morning to ya.
Yeah, man. I need to up my light game, but with all the moving going on, I only got one light set up right now, so got to get that fixed there. Not looking too bright, but whatever. I'll fix it up a little bit later. Let's go ahead. Let's dive into the markets. A lot going on. Yesterday was kind of an interesting day. We started going back up, but of course, what do we do today? We're right back down. So, question is, do we go back down there towards the 380s, 390s today? I'm sure a lot of people are looking at those levels. And of course, the biggest disaster stock of the day, my man has it ready for us. Let's talk a little bit about it. Is, of course, Snapchat. Snapchat getting destroyed, pummeled, if you could say here. And a lot of that on the outlook of what? Of course, TikTok, right? I mean, I think this is what to do is that if you think about it, right? What is Snapchat? Snapchat is short form content, right? Short form already. What is the highest competition in short form content right now? TikTok, right? And so these businesses are actually closer than most understand, right? They're essentially doing the same thing, right? Maybe they're going about it at different ways. You know, Snapchat being more of like you sending into like your contact list, like a snaps, but TikTok's algorithm here, I think, is really showing up its value here because Snap just doesn't have the same algorithmic value and able to get you different videos than, let's say, a Snapchat. Snapchat did come out with all that kind of focus on advertising, and that's what was saving it. That's what was bringing it up in value, right? Was all the advertising money. Now you're seeing right here that they're not being able to keep up that revenue there in the ads. And that's why you also saw stocks like Trade Desk trade down off of this, Facebook trade down off of this. Because why? Because majority of their money comes from advertising. And TikTok is just kind of like stealing the market share here. So Snap just getting pummeled. Pinterest trading down on this. What do you think about this news, Zunaid?
Yeah, I mean, it's also not just the fact that you've got 24 hours in a day and some people spend it on TikTok, but it's also you have another platform if you want to send something to your friends and your stories, and that's Instagram as well. So there's plenty of options that folks have. I'll be honest, I cannot remember the last time I sent a snap. It might be 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I don't even have a Snapchat anymore. So
yeah, so I have no idea. But I also don't have an Instagram, so call me old if you want. But regardless, taking a look at Snapchat, would not be surprised if this one ends up being an all-day short. You can see this was at one point, I think, $5. Yep, there you go, less than 5 back in 2019. Not saying that's where it's going, but definitely something to keep in mind as it's already below 20 because that would have been support. Now it's already at you maybe 12. You can get a little bit of bounce. You can see right here. Let's go ahead and kind of map this out just a little bit. You can see maybe around 12.55, this can go ahead and get a bounce. But I just see this as a all-day fader if possible. I'd love for this to come back and maybe even test. Let's see. If it wants to go ahead and test VWAP, or if it wants to test the 15s and the 16s, I would be okay going short for Snapchat there on that end. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY. Yesterday, you got a bit of a top here. You can see the levels at 398. I was able to short this one here came back, and now we're below the 294 area. So waiting to see if this one comes back. If this one comes back to about the 290s, I'd look to scalp calls. That's something that I've been doing lately, is just straight up scalping. And so that's something to kind of keep an eye on. If it does get over to the 295, I'd go ahead and scalp some puts, something that we did yesterday, as you can see right over here at that quick little red. Again, we're just grabbing something that expires ASAP, right? So in this case, it'll be expiration for tomorrow. Grab some puts. If it hits 395, scalp maybe 10% or so. And of course, 390, scalp some calls to that end as well. Let's take a look at the Qs. Qs here personally, nothing that I personally like. You can see the 287 level on the Qs being a little bit of a bounce area. You can see it right here, one. And then you can see it once again, pre-market, two as well. But nothing too strong of a trend on the Qs. So probably won't play the Qs unless something comes forward. But let's take a look at Apple now. 140 and 139 should hold its support in this area. If it doesn't, you can come all the way back down. So I'll keep an eye on it. See how it behaves around 140. You can see pre-market 140 level. It went ahead and already bounced on that. So going to keep an eye on that. I know AMD was strong until it wasn't. No real good read here on AMD for me. If it was closer to 100, I'd go short, which, by the way, you can see worked out pretty well a couple of sessions ago. But at the moment, don't really have a good read on AMD. And I know Facebook relative to Snapchat, you can see the big drop there as well. If Facebook wants to come back and maybe test a 185, maybe I could go short on that. But main thing that I'm going to keep an eye on out the gate is going to be Snapchat, to see if I can go ahead and get short via puts. I'll probably grab some if it can go ahead and get to 15s. I'll definitely go ahead and grab a couple of puts, and then my stop loss would probably be above like 16 or so. So it's going to be a risky one. It's going to be a risky one for sure. What time is Powell speaking? I believe Powell speaks. Is it today at there it is, 12:20 according to TradingView. Is what I've got here. So should be
There
fun.
you go. We'll definitely pay attention to Mr. Pumpin' Pow. Is he pumping Pow or is he dumping Pow? We'll see what happens today. Definitely we'll be paying attention to it. Let's go ahead. Let's focus on what is being thrown up in the chat. If you guys got a stock you guys want to focus on today, definitely let us know. Throw it up in the chat. Yesterday, I didn't see too much moving around. Did see oil kind of bounce back, financials bounce back. I'm looking to see today if we get Deere and Cat to bounce back. These got crushed as of late. But basic materials kind of gave us a nice little comeback. I mean, I called this trade out in BTU. I think, honestly, to perfect, as good as you can get it. I mean, you could have even wrote it up all the way up to 24. I talked about 23 being in the works yesterday. We started this at 21.57. This was a great trade there in BTU. We actually traded it yesterday. We might have been fast at the profits. I mean, and that happens, and you can't stress about that. But this one went all the way on up there towards the 24s. Could continue to go. AMR is another one you can watch here in the coal game. This is the one that's telling me that it's leading. I talked about it yesterday, how this one held the trend and then continued the run. This is what I'm going to be watching. Stocks like this, at least to tell me coal. Aluminum also coming back a little bit yesterday, and steel also coming back. Is X going to give it to us? We're going to be watching today. Do we get a big breakout above 25 on steel? If not, it could break down through the 24. You've had sideways action here in X. This is when I like to look at stocks. But the main thing here is not overreaction to the first move. Looking for the first move to get you alerted, and then I'll look for pullbacks to join the party. We'll see what happens in US Steel. The biggest thing there, like I wanted to state again, is waiting for it to actually give you the breakout signal, then taking a look at it, because it's in chop zone right now. You want it to break out of that chop zone, and then whichever way it goes, you could possibly trade it that way. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at other things. Gary talking about YTTD trading lower. So we just talked about it with Snap. Reason why is advertising showing weakness in Snap's report. And then when, of course, what's the leader in programmatic advertising, in digital advertising? It's the trade desk. So, of course, boom, there's your relationship. Relationships get hit. That's why you're seeing Facebook down today. That's why you're seeing other stocks down today. That's why you might even see a stock like, what Like let's look at what's the other one? MG&I, Agnite. Look at this one. This is also an advertising company that could come down today. Why? Because of the relationships and kind of red flags being given by Snapchat. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep taking a look at some other areas. Basic materials, of course, keep those on watch. We'll see if anything comes back on pushing. Chemicals is one that I could see kind of setting on up here. You can see here how you've kind of had that sideways action. We did get a nice push on up on the weeklies. It ran right into resistance and then came back down. This could come back roaring. What are some stocks you guys can watch there? There's stocks like DD, APD. APD is one that I'd kind of keep a watch on. You got other stocks. This SQM has been an absolute monster and has not turned around, guys, on the weekly. Has really been pushing. And why is this one doing well? Because it has a lot of kind of different diversification between the materials. It's not just a lithium player. It does other materials, and it's giving it that benefit and seeing it push on up. We'll see what happens on these. Are metals and minerals going to do the same too? We'll keep on watch and see if these kind of push. Technology yesterday kind of doing swings, right? One thing I'll tell you about technology is that you're starting to see some bottoming action right here. So I can see here that we went down below, pop back up. Now we've had a couple days sideways. Are we going to get a ramp back in technology or another breakdown? That's what we're going to be paying attention to. If we do get another breakdown, it's okay. We can keep breaking on down. The biggest thing I'm watching on the SPY is, do we get back towards 380? I think we could get back towards 380 or maybe even 385s and start finding some bulls to come on in, as some of the bulls I feel like are starting to give up. Why do I feel like this is happening? Is I'm starting to see the sentiment out there start slowly but surely changing. Every time that we get these bounces, the bulls come in and they're like, yeah, this is a buy the dip moment, market bottom. We're all good, baby. This is in. Let's go. Let's go. And then they get caught with their mouth down, right? And then this can only happen for so long until the bulls get to the point where they give up. And the reason why they give up is that every time they feel they call the bottom, they were wrong, and then the bottom actually comes in. So that's what I'm going to be watching to see what happens. We're not going to overreact to calling the bottom. You guys have known I've been trying my best not to call the bottom here, but we can start looking to see if we're getting that sentiment out there. Are you starting to feel like even the bulls are turning bearish? That's a good sign that we could be near the bottom. All right, we're going to go ahead up and pay attention. One of the things that I always like to look at is, of course, our market breadth data. And if we take a look at FinViz, we're at 18.2% of stocks are above SMA 200, and SMA 50, only 16.7% of stocks are above the SMA 50, giving us that bullish look. So very few stocks in the bullish territory. We're going to be watching to see if we can get below 15 or 10% on that reading of the SMA 200. If we do get below that, that's when we can start seeing the stocks flip, because they're just going to be completely in oversold territory. All right, we're going to see what happens on out there. If you guys see the bottom, or Justin, you see the bottom, let me know, bro. Definitely the bottom calls you. Yeah, let it come calling. Let it tell us that we need to start trading back to the upside, versus we say that it needs to start trading to the upside. All right, what else is being called out in the chat? Let's go ahead. Let's see. NOG I'm seeing mentioned in the chat. XLF, of course. Roku being mentioned in the chat. I haven't taken a look at Roku in a little bit. Let's take a look. Roku, you can see my lines drawn there, 99.91. Doesn't want to get back above 100. Talked about it when we popped back above 100. If we crack through that 100 again, we could start using it as resistance, and that's clearly what you see here. I could see Roku coming back down to maybe even, who knows, $70, $50 here. It looks like a bearish chart to me. Looks like an easy short. All right, anything you're seeing in the chat, Zunaid, standing out to you want to maybe touch?
Yeah, I talked about Amazon. It looks like in the chat. When does their split stuff happen?
It's coming on up. I'll take a look at it for you.
Yeah, Amazon, again, you can see already got alerts set from yesterday. Looking at already the 2050 area and the 2000 area. If it wants to come down and test those, I would be a buyer for
I
some
got you
scalps
here.
there for sure. What's up? What you got?
So it's going to be a 20-for-1 stock split, and it would
Right.
affect shareholders who own shares of the online retailer at the close of business on June 3rd. So what I would say is necessarily is I'm actually looking for this. I'm actually looking for an early June run up. Why? Because there's also inflation data that's going to be released when? June 9th, guys. And so for that being mentioned, pay attention to that. I think that you might get a run up in early June and then going into that inflationary number. That's why I'm starting to start seeing it. The big thing that I think we would want to see is another, and it sounds bad, but another bloody day, another day where the stocks just get hit and the bulls start giving up. We'll see what happens there. 20-for-1, does that include partial shares? If you have partial shares, remember, it's 20-for-1. So you just got to calculate that right there, right? And so just calculate the ratio for how much you have if you have partial shares. That's for one share. If you don't have one share, you just calculate it from there. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Amazon, I think you just keep watching, right? Does it hold on to 2,000? I think it needs to hold on to 2,000 to start coming back. But if it breaks through 2,000, watch out. We could get some follow through after that. The next move down for me is down towards 1,600 after that 2,000 break. Thoughts at Best Buy at the open. This is one that we actually called short a week or two ago on Best Buy when we were breaking through the 90s. And this has gone down significantly. It looks like what I talked about, at least from what I was looking at, I thought that this was going to be priced into the move here. And you could see it definitely didn't move much off of the earnings. It gave a little pop and then ended up sideways, almost unchanged off the earnings. What does that show me? More than likely, a lot of it was already looked and priced in. And then now we're getting what? Reactionary effects after it. Now pay attention because, of course, you're going to start seeing kind of how the consumer is being affected and if it's going to really affect kind of estimates looking forward in Best Buy. All right, we'll see what happens on out there. Ring, ring, ring. Who's calling? Someone calling themselves some margin? Oof. Hey, we'll see what happens there. Chris bringing up some good information here. Amazon annual shareholders meeting is tomorrow, so pay attention to that. That could get it a little bit of movement, right? I mean, they got to give us something to start seeing the movement come back in Amazon.
Yeah. Chris, come hang if you're
Yeah, Chris, I know you got a lot of articles, but you're always welcome on, man. You're always welcome. You just got to let us know. We'll send you the invite, man. You can come on. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at one that I was looking at, man. Build a bear. You know how I've been trying to build a case on this one. And it's starting to break here. They do have earnings Thursday, just to kind of give insight before the open Thursday. I've been waiting for this $18 crack, and I've been all talking about this up there, even at $19 or $20. And I was even looking at taking like a $16 put option for June, but I haven't done it yet, guys. I will let you know that. But I do like this look. I feel like this stock has hung around for plenty of time for, like, let's say almost a year, literally 11.9 months. So it's hung around since June of last year at these price levels, just sideways. Eventually, if a stock doesn't break out and give us that breakout, what does a stock usually do? It breaks down. And so that's my look here. You can see here recently, what did you have? You had multiple times to try to break out. You can see here 3 attempts. And what ends up happening on that 4th attempt? It just fails right there. And once it started failing, what did it start doing? On that fail attempt, it starts using that as resistance. That's when you start seeing the trade change from bullish to bearish. Then you start seeing it doing what? It does a 3 rule, but on the bear side here. 1, 2, 3 attempts to break on out back above that 1994. When it goes and tries to do the 4th, what ends up happening? Fail at that 19. Now that we're failing at that 19, I feel like we could take out these lower numbers, 1650s. Next thing you know, Build-A-Bear is back to $10, and it could be a great potential trade. We'll see what happens there on Build-A-Bear. All right, stocks that came back a little bit yesterday, stocks like Target and Walmart bouncing a little bit there. I don't know if these are kind of moves to kind of catch coming on back, but they definitely gave a nice little ride up yesterday. We'll see if these can continue. And of course, we'll see what happens here at the bell. I'm thinking I'm going to be more in kind of watch, and we'll wait and see. What else is being mentioned in the chat? Looks like Beyond Meat. Oh, good Lord. How's the stock even moving up? I don't know. It looks like we are getting a little bit of a pop there right before the bell here, up there towards 27.44. Let me go ahead and see here if we got anything on Benzinga Pro on the reasoning why it's moving like it is right now. So I'll go ahead and I'll check that up. Anything in the chat you see?
Now, talking about SPY puts, snap puts again. I'm taking a look at it, and yeah, as much as I want to get snap puts right out the gate, you can already see that it's starting to bleed. And what I don't want is for it to grab some puts and then it kind of goes up to VWAP. So I might just see what the first 5 to 10 minute candle looks like. But the closer it does get to 15, 15.50, and 16, I am looking to short it. But I don't want to be the one to try to bottom ticket.
All right, guys. This is why you have Benzinga Pro, baby, at 922.57. We already announced here. We got the news here, and you ready for this one? Hold on to your pants, baby. Kim Kardashian, baby, coming in on the Beyond Meat here. Kim Kardashian is featured in the new campaign by Beyond Meat as the company's first chef taste consultant. I don't know how much her taste buds are at the top of the game out there, but hey, we know what she does well, and that's branding. So joining Beyond Meat here, announcing that professional tastemaker.
I guess I'm an amateur tastemaker.
Yeah, Zunaid. I guess we don't have PR companies that write about us like this, Zunaid. But yeah. Professional tastemaker, icon, and entrepreneur Kim Kardashian will be featured in their new campaign as an icon. Oh, good Lord. I can't even keep going with this. This is PR. But hey, guys, who knows? Maybe we got a little bit here. She's saying that my kids are obsessed with Beyond Meat taco recipe, the Beyond Burger for barbecues, and Beyond Chicken Tenders for a quick snack, said Kim Kardashian.
Gotta give it to her, man. She's making money in any opportunities that she has, so props to her. Get that money.
Props to her. We'll see what happens out there. Her brand hasn't died. Let's just say that. It's still out there and out there strong. We'll see what happens with Beyond Meat. If this can continue to run, I think this is a pop to short. But, to each his own. You guys make your own investment decisions.
Snap, by the way, unfortunately, now it's at 14.50. So already down about 25, 30 cents.
Ouchie.
From where I wanted to short it, but obviously I wasn't going to try to short it in pre-market, but it's all good. We'll see what ends up happening. We got about less than a minute here until the bell.
Yeah, at the Kanye, she went vegan, that kind of life,
At the what?
After the Kanye life, you go vegan. Life. All right, guys, here's the bell. We're starting to see trading going on out there. If you guys got something to take a look at, please throw it up in the chat. We'll keep watching to see what happens out there. Also, VMW, of course, yesterday, the report being put out about potentially the sale going through. That stock is trading up there. We'll see if it kind of pushes towards 120 today. And let's take a look here at the sectors from the open. You guys throw up a like. Can we get towards 500 likes today, guys? I'm going to put out a test for you guys to support us. Give us 500 likes, and I will go ahead and figure out a way to bang on that Beyond Meat, short Beyond Meat. If you guys want to see me go ahead and nail on some Beyond Butts like Zen Bullish just put on, throw it up in the chat. We'll see what happens on out there.
You got Snap.
Kim
finally,
K, perfect marketing.
Finally, you have Snapchat that has their puts priced, but unfortunately, Snapchat already dropped a little bit. Now I'm going to see if it can pop back up to give us an opportunity.
All right, we'll see what's going on out there, guys. Of course, you guys know how I'm looking for some shorts on out there, and of course, one of the top targets is Lucid. We'll see if I get Lucid again, guys. I might go short on Lucid again. Beyond
Look at that,
weak
just
here.
dropping. Just dropping. Might hit 14 here in a second.
All right, SPY looking weak there now towards 392s. We're going to keep watching here. What is moving up at the gates? Communication services and utility stocks. So I like Duke. I've been talking about how that one's been setting up on the daily chart to start pushing. I do like that one today. I'm going to actually try to get into Duke right now for a swing trade. This will be lower size here. So that's the one thing to keep in mind. I will take lower size, but I do like this look in Duke. Looking for below 1150s here. And then I'll try to take a shot here. Boom. Just got in there at 1150, right on the dot there. It's small sizing here. It's a swing trade on Duke. Taking a swing trade on Duke Energy. A lot of this due to the daily chart. Daily chart has a nice level below it at 110. So 110 is going to be the risk here. Push towards 112.62 is what we want on the day. That would give us more than $1.60 on the, well, about like $1.10 on the profits, and we're only risking about $1.50 here. So we're going to look to actually get this back above this. First profits would be up towards the first resistance, up towards 113.46, and then through the 115 level. This is a slower play, but less risk on this. I'm not expecting this to go completely against me here, as it's a utility play, and this is more of a swing on Duke. All right, let's go ahead. Let's look around. Short that beyond me, someone's saying in the chat. We'll see what happens there. Doesn't look too bad right now at the 26th level, but you'd have to risk off the 2650s.
Yeah, Snapchat trying to go low a day here. Trying to break 14 possibly, and low a day it does achieve.
Ouch. At dragging Facebook down 7.5% today, guys. Google down 6.25%. So that could drag the market overall down here, as you're seeing the market come down towards 392s. 390 on the downside, it could get us some continuation.
You've got the $15 puts based on yesterday's closing price are up 16,000%. That's insane.
Everything in the red, technology breaking down, consumer cyclical breaking down. What is breaking down? Tesla down there towards 650s, could continue down here. HD actually popping up a little bit. Baba breaking down here. Disney breaking down. Nike looks like it wants to go lower also. Man, that Starbucks short on that earnings. Man, I wish I would have been able to get that short there. That was back at 91, guys. Now down to 73s. One of the ones that we talked about here, and I even gave it here for a short, and I gave it right on these levels, and you guys can see the line drawn here. We created it on May 18th. So May 18th, I was talking about short on Abercrombie. I was talking about short on American Eagle. I was talking about shorts on Urban. Look how those stocks have been doing, just getting crushed on the downside. Apparel stores. And how did I get that? A lot of that was based off of Target news, guys. Target giving us the red flag in apparel in all these areas. And you can see retail taking a major hit.
There's a crack
Roadblocks
on.
Looks good for a short. I agree with that.
You've got Snapchat cracking 14. Just kind of scalping puts here off of the VWAP, which is weird because my VWAP on TradingView is different than E-Trade, but
it's just how it goes. Let's go. Where's that money? Technology, basic materials getting hit right out the gates here. We'll see if they can kind of catch a bid here, but they are taking a hit right now. Energy taking even a hit also. Some oil names down about 1%, but XOM is right off the VWAP there. So I'd watch XOM to see if it just starts getting a ramp up here.
SPY trying to go low a day too. The only thing I've played so far is
you a-hole lucid. Look at that candle in the middle here, Zunaid.
here,
Pow!
Stream. Oh yikes!
Now the day that I want to short, I don't get short on it. It just freaking tanks on it.
Yeah,
right
looks
out
like the
the
market
gates
tried
there.
to pop up and then came right back down.
Yeah. I like some oil names here. I might go for MRO here. Yeah, taking a little bit of MRO here for a short, kind of quick trade here towards the upside through 28s. Risk right now is 27.85. Got in there at the 95 mark, 27.95. So looking for XOM here to keep going up. Got into MRO here on the right-hand side. There's a nice push there in MRO. Looking for it to continue through 28s and XOM to continue through the high here through 93.50s. SPY is coming down here on the left-hand side. You can see it.
All out of my snap puts here. Got filled on the $14 puts at $1. I'm out at $1.22. He could keep doing what it wants. My focus is not going to be on SPY. Here, why is this not? My focus is going to be on SPY to see if the 290 can come through. And then if it does, I'll look to play some calls for a scalp there. But let's see if it gets there.
All right, what's going on up? I like that one, John. You're right. You're right on what you said. He said short, quick trade to the upside is a little ambiguous.
Short what?
Because I said I'm going to take a short, quick trade to the upside. You get what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I get what he means there too. All right, guys, let's take half of it off here on MRO here. Half off right there at 28.14s there. Nice, about 20-cent gain there on the first shares. Now let's let the rest of these shares try to work through 28.20. And what are we going to do? We're going to keep the rest, break even, looking for that extension here right out the gate. SPY coming down there towards 391.40s. Let's keep it going here, guys. As you guys can see, I got a little bit of sleep in me, a little bit more energy. I'm ready to keep it going here. Let's go. Let's go. Smash the like, guys. Let me go ahead and check where we're at on our like department because we need to go ahead and beat the pre-market prep boys. Only 145 likes, guys. Do me a favor, guys. If we don't get to 400 likes at 10 o'clock, I'm shutting this thing down, man. Come on. There's over 841 of you guys. You guys can hit the like and support the stream.
Come on, SPY. Come on down.
I went long on MRO. Yeah, I know it's probably confusing the way I described it. Mitch is perked up, baby. Let's go, Shannon. LLL, saying halt up.
Yeah, it's halted at 208.
Okay. What's the daily chart looking like on this? Daily chart has resistance coming into 225. So that's kind of the area that I would look for to find a little bit of slowdown pace. We'll see when this opens up. It might open up right at that 225. Then after that, it could take out 235 for a move to 250. Smash the like Red Drum says. Let's fucking go. Miss Whitehorse on out there. Let's go. Let's go. All right, what happens to the days where one company's misfortune only took down that one company? That has never happened. I'll tell you that right now. It's always been relationship, actually. Yeah, sometimes you'll get a catalyst that doesn't affect the whole industry. But I'll tell you right now, relationships is literally what I trade off of. So I can tell you right now, a lot of the times when one company reports bad results, it actually shows up as a warning flag in the industry, just like Walmart and Target kind of took down retail, very similar areas. All right, MRO looking for that continuation here through the 28s. It's starting to slow down, but one of the things that's keeping me in is XOM continuing towards the upside. So that's how you can kind of relationship trade here. I'm looking at a leader like XOM and following MRO. That's what it's all about. You know, at least from my trading, I've always felt like relationships matter. And correlation is one of the ways that arbitrage is made. So for me, I think that just shows me that, yeah, and maybe I should be more of an arbitrage trader off of those relationships. But that's what I look at. I look at relationships a lot of the time.
You got OXY trying to go above. I'm going to take the $67 calls on ticker OXY expiring this week. Got filled at $1.08.
There you go. I see you riding them oil trades, baby. Let's go. Let's take this oil down. Where's that black gold?
Yeah, looking for it to go red to green. Got to get past the 65.80. That's the previous resistance the past couple of sessions that you can see right here. So got to get above that to really get a move on us. But again, got filled at $1.08 on OXY. The $67 calls expiring this week.
Yes, definitely. And mentioned in the chat, yeah, relationships do matter, man. Inside trading, outside of trading, and also, with friends and everything, it matters. Correlation. It's important in life. Daniel calling out BTU. Let me go ahead and take a look at that BTU life. I like to keep an eye on it. Oh, she started moving too fast. She started moving too fast there. Look at that nice push up there by BTU. We're looking for a pullback to VWAP. VWAP is down to 24.15 here. It already pushed up there towards 24.79. I'm still in MRO. Why? Look at XOM leading the day there. Nice little push there in MRO now towards 28.28. Let's go ahead and take some profit here as we break through the high of the pre-market action and yesterday's action in after hours. Going to go ahead and take it off. Boom, right there at 28.31s. Killer trade to start the day. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Sound the alarm. Let's
on
time
OXY,
to make money.
On OXY, I'm out 3/4 here at $1.43. That's a 34% gainer on those contracts. As you can see, they pop above the level that we were looking for. So that's a nice 30-something gainer. I am out 3/4.
Kapow! Money, 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 money.
Go. And then out some more here at 142 as well. 135, 145, 142. Out. 3/4 size. Wouldn't be surprised if this one comes back in.
Money.
That was a nice quick little 30.
Nice little quick little trades here to start off the day, bro. Not a bad one.
Thank you.
Can't go wrong. My Ollie trade is really working out now. I'm up like about this, just to give you guys an idea. So on Ollie, I have a small position, less than 1,000 of capital in it, and I'm already up about 41. I'm letting this one just work here for me. I'll show you guys that trade right here. This is Ollie discount store. We saw how Target got hit. We've been in from the exact entry is at 44.14, guys. So let me just draw this on this map. It was on this day here. So now we're looking for it to break down through the lows there, going towards 40. If it can get through 40s, that's where I'll start taking some profit, and we'll make a hell of a lot on very little capital inducive trade here on Ollie. That's why I like to take some of these swing trades. Even with a small amount, you can make a good amount, guys. So just kind of show you guys some energy there. Let's go, Miss Whitehorse. More money.
Good morning. Good morning, Miss
money,
Whitehorse. All right, those Oxy calls are now nearing about $1.50. And there it is, $1.50 on the bid.
Getting that dough, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to get out some more here. Now I just have a couple more contracts, out some more at $1.51, it looks like.
All right, guys. Looks like we're at 250 likes, guys. We only got 15 minutes. We need to get to 400, guys. So if you're out there and you're watching us nail some of these trades and you get a second from your trading, just do me the favor. Smash that like, baby. Let's keep it going here.
Let's see what the SPY is looking to do now that that trade's pretty much done. SPY can't get above VWAP just yet. I'm gonna trade a bit of
Roblox bouncing a little bit. There you go. I'll take a look at that.
I want to.
Thanks for the alert there. I got you. I'll take a look at it. I think that's a good short to look at today, so why not? Oh, I got to get Mom Ange trades on here. I was reaching out to her before I went to VCon, but I've been doing so much here, guys. I'm going to be moving over at the end of this week, so we'll be in a new area, guys. So look out, guys. Going to go ahead and travel to the east side. So if you're out there on the east side in the Carolinas, holler at me.
You're trying to get who on the show? Sorry.
Mom Ange Trades. She's a trader on Twitter. Pretty decent following too, guys. She has over 16,000 followers. She does options, fundamentals, and mainly into the option game.
That's
She
awesome.
told me, yeah, she told me she wants to come on, so I'm definitely gonna bring her on. If you guys don't know her, she always goes by Angie. So we'll be bringing her on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she liked our broadcast right now, so I just wanted to give a shout out to her.
Oh, okay, gotcha. SPY, as you can see, I went ahead and grabbed those puts. The 391 puts. SPY is looking at reject. VWAP rejected the 392.50. I got filled at 337. They're currently going for 341 on the bid. So nothing too crazy. I could have gotten a better entry by waiting, but that's okay. There we go, SPY. Come on. Come on, SPY. Come on, SPY.
All right, Duke looking good now, guys. We're into the green there. We'll look for
SPY
that to
low day.
continue. That's a swing trade today.
Come on, SPY. Come on,
SPY coming down there still.
Yep, low a day. By the way, Snapchat, 40 cents below 14, currently trading at 13.60. A SPY. Come on. Need
My
you to
man.
go a little further, please.
Beyond Meat giving up all those gains, baby. That Kardashian pump, it didn't work. We're gonna have to hire somebody else. We'll see what happens there. Wasn't a bad one right out the gates. The only problem with this one is you would have to have short right off of the pre-market high, and so that's a very hard strategy to follow. I'll be honest. This is the reason why I didn't go after it.
And also never got there, right? So
yeah, it was like right close to it, right at the bell there. But essentially at the bell, since the bell, it's just gone straight down.
yeah. Well, no, I'm saying the pre-market high was about 27, and I have E-Traded opened up at 26.55. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it never even got a point.
You have what at the open?
Here, I'll show up here.
Yeah, I have
So
open 27.25.
I have 26.56 at the open.
That's
Or, excuse
weird.
me, not the open. That's the high. That's the high. Hang on. Where did it?
Yeah, my open says 27.25.
So my open is 26.41, and then the
Oh, there it
pre-market
is.
high is 27.44.
Yeah,
So that's why like it never
I gotta
even
go to the
got
1
to
minute.
that. Yeah, because I think your 10 minutes a little.
There it is, right there. That's yeah. You're right. 26.62.
Yeah, because if it would have same thing with Snapchat, right? The reason I didn't get it right out the gates is because I wanted Snapchat to have a little bit of a pop up and then come back down. But you can see it's just been bleeding.
Yeah, those are hard charts to go after. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
There's no like specific pattern there, right? And so those are the hardest ones. You got to go off of more sentiment.
SPY puts, they were up all the way to 364s. Now they're currently trading at 350 on the bid. Still obviously short here. Because looking for SPY to get to maybe the 390 50s is what I would hope for it to get to. But if it gets to 391, I'll start, scaling out as always. But for now, still in this position, only up a whopping 4%. And one trade that has sucked for me is Urban One. Those
I gotta
calls,
put.
what's up?
I'm gonna put AB out there. I know you're focused on trading here,
No, you're
Zunaid, and you keep
Is he in here?
interrupting me if you need to. No, but I'm in the producers chat, guys, and we're here messing around, and AB's like, dude, we are so fucked as a society.
Good old AB.
I want to know if anyone in the chat knows why AB would say that. I'm gonna call you guys out. If you're having fun and you're maybe not trading the most right now, why do you think AB would say that?
I have no idea.
That's a good question, right? I want to hear the answers that are out there. I'll tell you what he exactly said, but I want you guys to kind of comment.
Oh, there you go.
SPY looks
So,
good.
just going to keep an eye on SPY. If it gets about the 391s, I would look to scale out a little bit, but
Roblox coming back there towards VWAP there, guys. That might get short on Roblox here at the VWAP. For a slight
I
tick back
figured
up
it
there.
out. He's probably saying that because of Kim Kardashian.
Could be. Let's see what's in the chat.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Aaron Bryan's like, yeah, he woke.
Yeah,
Because we're heading to recession. Not a bad answer there, blockchain. Because AB's smart. I like that one. Because of the Kardashian strategy. I see you guys. Because AB saved 30% on his car insurance. Of course, Jay. All right, guys, I'll give you guys the actual answer. The actual answer here is why he's saying this is because he's like, holy crap, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, 700,000 people watching. Holy crap, of course we're going into recession, baby. All these people ain't working.
Including him if he's watching.
Exactly. Oh,
Spy coming
man,
to
that's
test
how it
back.
goes, doesn't it?
Spy coming back to test VWAP here and the 292.50s.
Let's go, guys. What do you guys got on out there? Sound the alarm. AP stayed in the Holiday Inn last night. That's what it is, Born. All right, guys. Looking at right now, I'm looking at Roblox. Just took it there. 27.05 short here. The short is going to be off of 27.18 here. So we're risking about 13 cents here on Roblox, looking for the move right back down there towards 26, around 26.60s, not the low 26.50s. I'm going to look at right above that.
Took a little bit more here at 318 on the 391 puts as it got close to testing my risk off area. So just going to look to scalp it a little bit if I can get, let's see if I can get about the 329s. Can I actually, I'm just going to scale out here. All right. Scaled out some here at, oh my God, these spreads are going to, wow. Never mind. I got $1.
The spread, man, the spread.
I got $1 profit on the ads.
Gotta mind that gap, bro.
That's terrible. I mean, it's SPY. I was hoping for there to be a little bit more liquidity, but it's fine. Whatever.
Hey, it happens. It happens at moments. That's why we always keep it in mind.
I'm back in at 317. 317 on the ads on 391 puts. Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. About to put my order out there. It's already down to 26.70s here on Roblox.
All right, getting some out now at 333s. 333s got filled on the bid on the ads that I had at 317.
Order out to cover half here at 26.60s here on Roblox. That's going to be a good win for us here. It's at the 70s. Let's see if we just get a quick tick down and I get the fill.
All out of the ads at 339. All out on the ads at 339. Still holding the original position that I had at 337, it looks like.
Let's go, guys. We need to smash up those likes. Guys, I don't want to end the stream early today, guys, but one of the things that I've been noticing is we have not been hitting the likes that we used to hit, and that's very important for me because at the end of the day, guys, we got to keep this show growing for us to keep it free, right? We don't want to go ahead and kind of get you guys to have to pay for this show. We want you guys to learn for free. One of the ways that happens is what? We get into more traders. And how do we do that? Is you guys supporting the stream by either hitting the share button and sharing it on Twitter with your friends or hitting that like button to support us. Just trying to be as transparent as can be. We want to stay on. We want to continue doing this, but we need you guys to keep supporting the community. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it, man. And even a comment like that you wish you could hit it more than once, that we appreciate that too. All right, here, guys. Let's see if we get that takedown here in Roblox.
Yeah, on the SPY here, I'm going to look to get filled on the original position at 360 if I can. I'm about 2 cents away. 360 is where I'm looking to get out of 3/4. Oh, come on. 360. Like 2 cents away. There we go. Got filled at 360. Out 3/4 on the original ad or the original buy that we had on the puts. Now the rest, I'm going to hope and pray that we can get to 390.50.
Another one down, baby. Roblox for me. Just took 3/4 of the trade off there. Going to look to see if we break through 26.50s here. Just have a tiny amount left here. A little runner to see if we break through 26.50s here. But that's the low of the day look. As you guys can see, this is called a VWAP fade type of trade. We're looking for it to take out now 26.44s. If that just blows through, we'll just take the profit down as we get an extension, what they call continuation.
Taking some more out here at 371s. Come on. There we go. Nice.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sweet.
I'm about to put on some music, guys, for us. I did see a comment in the chat about that. I'm just trying to get on out of this Roblox trade so I can calm down and just keep working the trade here. All right, seen a little bit of a bounce there at 26.59. Don't want it to come back towards 27, of course. We got in this at 27. The exact entry was at, I'm going to give you guys it right now, 27.05. So we're up like more than 50 cents on the name here. So we're trying to go ahead and just nail this down here. But if it comes back, it's okay to take the profit. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to someone in the chat because they actually alerted me on Roblox that it was starting to bounce there. So let me roll on up here to see if I can find who exactly that was. I think it was Bill, but I'm trying to look at it. I want to make sure I catch it. So many comment chats. Oh, here it was. Look at my boy. How do I say that? Akimja? How would I say that, Zunaid? You want to take a shot at it? He said, nah. AK coming in with the fire. The A+ trade there. At least he's letting me know.
Jim.
Putting the alert out there. You know, that's what I like about this community, guys. At the end of the day, we don't need to be telling each other how to trade. But what was he doing? He was just telling me it's bouncing there. Keep it on your radar. It's bouncing. And then I made my own decisions there. That's what it's all about. All right, just saw a big bid just get put in there at, let's see, it just flowed through there at, man, this volume's coming in quick there. There was a big bid put in there through the 60s. I wanted to give the exact price point, but it was in the 60s, and it was a big bid. It just jumped in there on edge. It might pop us back to 27 here. So we're going to give it to the high candle of the last red candle. So that's 26.78. If it goes through 78, we'll take the rest of it off. We're still looking to make a little bit on this to see if it takes it down. There's a huge order there on NASDAQ now, showing up there 865 at 62s. So it could take it down here. We'll see what happens here.
Oof.
That's a big order. 866 on the level 2 ain't no joke. AKA Jim H. I got you. I got you, baby. Let's go. Alaska Jim Hunt. Well, hey, hopefully we keep up this. I'll go up there to Alaska and we can hang out, Jim.
You got SPY coming down low day once again. Now those puts are currently trading at almost 380 on the bid.
Miss Whitehorse always supporting us. Much love, Miss Whitehorse. If you haven't gotten any swag, please reach out to me, Miss Whitehorse. We want to get you some swag.
I've been waiting for Aaron to send me some for about 7 months now. I'm gonna invite me to that producer Slack.
I got you, bro. I got you.
I'm kidding. Nah, he said he was gonna send it.
I'll make it happen.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the rest here of my SPY puts at 395. Got filled at 390. Nope, that I did. Yep, there we go. 395. Sorry. Each trade was a little wonky. 395 all out. We added at 334s, and then we added some more at 317s. Those were out earlier. But I am all out of my SPY puts at 395.
We are killing it today, guys. All I could say is join the dark side. The dark side is here to stay. All right, like you guys are seeing on out there, we're killing it. You guys support us by smashing those likes. Can we get to 400? We need 12 more, guys. I'm literally at like 30 seconds here, guys. So there's not much time I can give you guys, but we need 12 likes in about 30 seconds here. Are we going to get it? Or are Zunaid and I going to get shut down today? We'll see.
Well, I'm done for the day, so I'm good. I'll take a quick nap.
Hey, right? We've been making money.
Oh, boy, that was good.
All right, not too bad there. Madman wins lawsuit in Arizona. Madman. That company, I just don't know about that company. Let's keep going here. JD's talking about MRO. All right. I'll take a look at MRO. What's going on with MRO? Oh, it just got a plowed right back down through the VWAP there. Looks like energy turning around here. Look at XOM also. Look at that. We got a little bit of an energy turnaround there. We'll see what happens.
SPY low of day. Low of day, low of day, low of day.
All right, let's see. We got it. Boom, baby. 418. They want to keep us on. I'll stay on. Well, I'll try to push Zunaid to keep on for a little bit
Yeah,
longer
no,
here.
I'll say it's 7:30.
You see?
good.
You guys see? You
I'll stay
guys
till
give us the
10:30.
love. We'll stay here, baby. Let's go.
Typically, I would have liked to play the bounce on SPY off of this 390, but I'm not gonna lie, the puts have been strong. I'm kind of done for the day. The setup
Okay.
isn't worth for me to risk it, so I'm not gonna take it. The only thing I'm
right.
interested in is if SPY comes back to test VWAP to go short again, especially if we can get to 391.50s. But there's a almost half a point move off of that 390. I don't know if we'll get at least half a point or not.
Jessica, make me a nice coffee. I'll take it.
I've actually never had a full cup of coffee in my life.
Whew. Gotta have it. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Whitehorse.
My life would be otherwise.
Good to hear you got some swag. Keep it going here.
Zunaid, do you only trade early in the markets? I'll have my alerts. Like, I'll be honest, I do a lot of things while I work, so I'll trade throughout the day. But yes, mainly the first hour and a half is where most of my trades are done.
All right, really close here on Roblox to getting out here on the upside little pump. Right here, I told you that this candle where we took the profit, the high of that one's really kind of determining right now if we're going to get out of this trade. If this closes above that 78, we just get out and we take what we got. If this comes right back down there, it could take out below the day.
Let's see. I just don't know if I was right, if I'd get at least half a point on the SPY scalp or not. Yep, sure would. There it is. Half a point off the scalp of the 290s. Again, I didn't take it. I didn't want to risk my money, but it's good to know that my thesis was right.
Exactly.
But again, not in the trade at all.
Hey.
Let's
JD has a question for you there.
Give me 1 second. We'll look at the SPY calls and see what I could have made on that.
I'm taking a look at Roblox here. We just got that rejection down. That's why I wait for the candle to close, right? And so where did the candle close? The candle just closed right back down to 2670. Instead of just stopping me out there, I feel like that happens very often, and it's hard to kind of wait for the closing of the candle, but at least it gives you confirmation that you should be out of the trade a lot of the time.
Do I pay attention to certain Greeks? No, I don't. I mean, if anything, sometimes I can take a look at Delta, but I'll be honest, I don't. Main thing I look at is the open interest and the spread to make sure I'm not going to get screwed there. So if I want to go ahead and get out of the trade, I easily can.
All right, mentioned in the chat, they're asking about my indicators here. So for me, orange is VWAP. That blue line, that light blue line that you're seeing, that's a 9 EMA.
On the Oxy trade, I pretty much saw options coming into Oxy, and it was kind of relative strength. So you can see the first 10-minute candle went ahead and kind of closed a little bit above. So I wanted to see the break of this previous high from yesterday's session and the sessions prior to it as well. So I went ahead and got in that trade, and it was above VWAP. The 10-minute candle closed. I liked the volume. The options were coming in. So I took it for a quick scalp and then got rid of it when we hit about 30, 40, 50%. And looks like you have Amazon now. Okay, this one I may mess around and lose some money on. Okay, so you got Amazon at 50s. Let's see what I got. Let's see. Come on. Oh, hell no. These are so expensive. I was looking to scalp Amazon's options as it hits 2050. I am not going to.
Pow. I didn't want to see Amazon down like that. Because the thing is that, I talk about this often, how Amazon's just in everybody's portfolio a lot of the times. And then when that happens and you start seeing that downside action and you start seeing Amazon down from the highs, down more than 40-something% now, that's going to cause some people some pain. Let's just be honest. All right, here you go, guys. The Roblox trying to take out that low. Can we get it, baby? Are we going to go 3 for 3?
Yeah, so Amazon so far hasn't broken 2050. We will see if it will. But again, no trades for me at all. The options were a little too expensive for my taste, and I don't know how to trade those because I don't know how they move, so I don't want to get into it. But yeah.
All right, it's bouncing off the low of the day there. Looking for it to take it out, but if it just starts driving back here, we're just going to take the profit. We're looking for it to take out the lows there.
Spreads are like $1.70. Yeah. If anything, I could have traded, excuse me, dear God. If anything, I could have traded some equities on it, right? Just grab some shares, but I didn't plan it out properly, so I didn't want to risk it. But it also hasn't gotten the type of move. If I were to scalp Amazon, I want at least like a $10 move.
Wow.
So
Apple
if it
down
got
to
to the 2060, that means my thesis would have been right.
Apple just leaking out today, guys. Now down to 138.62. That is not a good look for the overall market. Remember, 170 was a good level for Apple. We're down big from 170, guys. We're down about 20% from that 170, correct?
What are we at, like 130 something?
Yeah, 138s, man. And
Well, let's see what the low on Apple is in terms of recent low. The APL. Oh, okay. We way down there. Never mind.
yeah, bro. Way down there. Let's just say that. Way down there.
Who's slacking me? Who's slacking me?
Come on, Roblox. Break through those 2644s. Give us a nice big gain.
Where's Snapchat at?
All right, it's rejecting it right now. Doesn't want to go through the 40s here. Someone's stepping up. See if it takes
If Snapchat can come back and test VWAP at 14, I'd be interested in going short, but not going to chase it here. As you've got SPY, low of day. Yikes.
Voodoo said he's joined the dark side. The dark side trades. The
Snapchat
dark
looking to go low a day as well.
side. There is power in the dark side. Muhahaha.
$15 puts on Snapchat are up 19,000%.
Wowzers.
Madness.
All right, time to look around here, see if we got any other trades working here. I will let you know, guys, energy is slightly up still. Actually, it's at 0 now. So defensive is the only thing slightly up. It's 0.05. Everything else is down big. Consumer cyclical down 2.68%. Technology down 2.86%. That is pretty bad. And overall, it's down 4.24% on technology names. Just getting shellacked today. Shellacking in technology. Apple down, Microsoft down, Google, Facebook down, TSM down, Nvidia down, AVGO down. Can we continue? Yeah, Adobe down, Oracle down. What else you guys want to talk about? Cisco down, Intel down, Salesforce down, Texas Instruments down, QCOM down, Sony down, SAP, IBM, AMD, Intuit, Applied Materials. Any stock that you probably think about is a good one. Even Airbnb, now down to 105. I talked about how be careful. If that breaks through 100, could easily be back down there. There's so many stocks here just getting crushed. It's crazy. SQ is now down to 75, down almost 9% today. I know, it annoys me, man, that there were so many people, so many money managers that were recommending you to be buying Square and PayPal. And those have been absolutely destroyed. What does that show me? Why listen? Literally, why listen to them? It's kind of scary how you'll see like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 money managers that have been on CNBC recommending PayPal since I think back here, guys, back at this circle. Look where we're at now. If you would have bought off of those money manager recommendations, you would be down 56% in PayPal. Just if you guys want to continue, leaving CNBC on, I wouldn't.
You got SPY trying to break above. Now the 389.50 so far cannot do it. Obviously, SPY has wiped the gains. Excuse me, not the gains. It's now hit a low from yesterday's as well. The weekly low, a week low. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But
all right,
where
guys.
did we bounce? Was it at 380 we bounced? Yep, bounced at 380.52. So we've still got about another 9 points if we're trying to beat that.
Stop placed at 78 there for Roblox. Might get stopped out here. It is bouncing back. I'll take what I can get here, and it'll be still a really good gain on the day there.
Yeah, I'm looking around to see if there's another scalp that we can play, but I don't see anything worthy of my money. Man, definitely wish I held on to those SPY puts, but we got a solid 30% or whatever on it.
All my books are away. Someone wanted to ask me if I read Reminiscence of a Stockbroker, and I was gonna pull the book out, but my books are already away. That's why you see an empty thing on the wall there.
When are you moving again?
By the end of this week, dude.
Oh,
Lots of shit going on.
you're moving to the Carolinas.
Yeah, man.
You're driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun. When do you start driving?
Friday. Probably make
Okay.
it there on sometime Monday.
So you won't be here. Okay, that works because Memorial Day we're closed anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably be getting there at Tuesday. I might not be able to make it to live trading on Tuesday, but there's no guarantees yet, so I'm just kind of trying to figure it out from there.
I got you.
But yeah, man, guys, be careful when you're listening to money, like pick recommendations and stuff like that. Always make your own investment decisions. There's one thing that you'll see us taking trades on here. But the one thing that I think Zunaid and I really would not like is copycat trading, because I feel like copycat trading is the worst out there. And yes, eToro, I am against the copycat trading. I just don't agree with it. I think that's an easy way to kind of just blow up and be trading with traders that probably can't even make money to begin with. Yeah, they might have an early track record, but Zunaid can tell you, right? Early track records don't really matter much. What matters is today, right? How you're trading today, because if you did good for 2 or 3 years, you can ask Kathy how she's been doing since then. Perfect example, right? And so you got to be worrying about how you're trading now and how you can trade in this environment. I think that's very important. So just be careful on out there if you're trying to do copycat trading.
No question about it. Yeah, I mean, we've had a good solid day, good solid week and whatnot, but there's been plenty of times where I remember the NVIDIA days where, sometimes I was wrong, and then you would lose a decent amount of money. So even though they were more profitable days than not, but doesn't mean that all of them were. And if you oversize yourself, then you go ahead and lose. SPY low a day, by the way, could not get over the 389.50 level, and it is coming on down.
Still in here on Roblox with the small tiny shares, but it looks like it's going to go back to VWAP here. But I'm just going to stay. And when I get into this point where like I'm just in trade, but want to make sure that I stick to levels, that's when I'm okay with putting out a stop. Because I feel like at that point, you've already gotten to the point where you want to stay objective. And the easiest way to stay objective is to put an objective order out versus you being subjective and waiting to trigger in.
It's
or
like
trigger
stealing
out.
someone's homework. That's funny.
It is. It is. I mean, let's just be honest. It's like it. Or it's like copying on a test and then being upset because that guy did bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you really be upset? You're the one that copied. I mean,
What is Apple at? Let's see. Yeah, Apple ain't looking nice.
yeah, no bueno. Let's just say that. All right.
Wouldn't be
lots
surprised
of
if we get a
volume coming in here.
bounce.
There's a crap ton of volume on Roblox right here. So we're going to look to see if it takes out the low now, because that's on the bid side. It's not on the offer side. It's on the bid side. I'm looking for it to take out the lows now.
Where could I have gone?
So you guys see here, we've been in this, holding on, holding on. We're going to look for it to break through that 26.44. It still held that high here that I talked about. And that's what mattered there. We had the stop placed literally right above it here at the 26.78. Looking for it now to take out that low of 26.44.
Jesus Christ, Amazon 2028.
Kapow!
Look at that. As soon as it broke that 2050 level, which, by the way, I think I was wrong. I don't think I ever got $10. Yeah, no, I didn't get anywhere near $10. Just a
Man, the blood's in the street, dude.
straight
Blood's
down.
in the street. Sark
here-
had a good option there. That was a great
You've
trade.
got Amazon that right out the gate went ahead and you had a pop up, right? It went from about the 2080s to about the 2105. So you had about a $25 pop there at the open. But if you said, oh, cool, the trend is long after 3 minutes, you completely got screwed, right? And that's why you kind of want to be careful, see where it's at. And even if you did end up going long, right, off of this as a break of 2100, cool. Make sure you also have your stop loss, which at the very least should be below VWAP. And you can see it was trying to get above VWAP, couldn't quite close, and then straight on down it went. So that's why I love the VWAP on the 5 minute. It's a little bit of a cleaner look, but never, ever closed above 2100 today. Let's see what SPY is at now.
Music. I hear you, Zen. I got you.
The only area I could look for SPY would be maybe around the 386, 385. But besides that, I'm not risking more of my money. We are good. Those puts are now at almost $6, and we done sold it at like 4. Lame.
All right.
Lame.
Let's go. Let's do a little rainy jazz life. I'm down for that. Sounds good. Feels like a rainy day with the market down like this.
It's a little cloudy outside.
It's a little cloudy. All right, let me know if this gets too loud out there, chat.
What was the
Little jazz action for you guys. And Miles says, look at the UVXY. It's probably just ripping off. Yeah, ripping off, man. Ripping off there. I agree, man. That's a warning sign right there. You see that? Markets are dropping like a little bit of rain action. I got you, BNZMB. Roy Gomez, I haven't seen you in here before, man. Smash the like, man. I appreciate you coming on. CRWD breaking out of a weekly pennant. Unprofitable company, PE over 100. Okay. I mean, these stocks do have pretty excessive forward PEs, and you can see it breaking down. Yeah, breaking down. So I would actually call that kind of more of a, yeah, it's a pennant, but remember to put bear pennant in the front. You can see here kind of that upslope line. You can see here, you can draw a trend line, and then you can draw a trend line here towards the downside there. You can see how you just broke through it. Now you want to see a close below this level down towards 134. A close below 134 would give me confirmations for downside action.
almost went broke listening to someone saying the queues only go up. They do until they don't.
Yeah, that's a manic. Manic for sure.
Nvidia down 6% today. Nvidia reports like this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do. They do. And
Tomorrow.
they're looking bueno. Unless and I mean we've seen it. Even good reports haven't turned around stocks right now.
No.
So
No, I'm just curious if Nvidia comes down to like the 150s, I'd be interested. But yeah, we're about $9 away from that.
all right, guys. I think we finally might get it, guys. I've just been being patient here, and I think patience is going to reward me here in Roblox. Patient now going towards the 40s. Can we finally see the 26.44 breakdown here? Looking to see if we get it here. We're at 46 on the bid here. We just want to see a flush down right through it. Then we can go ahead and just take some profit into that flush.
Shannon, I would email Mitch. Just forward those emails to Mitch, and he should be able to help you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. I got you. Yeah, just Shannon, I'll take care of it. Just let me know also sizing and send me address, and I'll just make sure that I send you out a new one this week. Whatever happened to that one, oh well, maybe it gets to you a little bit later, but I'll make sure that it gets sent out to you.
I mean, it's been January. God bless if it gets to you now.
Yeah, that's why I don't even care. I'll just send you out a new one. Just send me the information so that I can get it to you, Shannon. You deserve it for sure. Can anyone see you? Yeah, I see you. Hodie Strategies. I see you.
I can't see you, but
Hodl.
I can.
Hodl. I mean, I see him in the chat kind of thing.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you. All right, guys, we got over 805 people here. Where we at on the like department? We're at 441. Can we get to 500 today? Let's go.
It's
All right,
finally getting a little bit of relief. Yes,
yep.
it is.
Not getting that breakdown there through the 26.44. It actually went right to it, 26.46 there. Still battling here in Roblox. It could start reversing there. How's our SPY doing? SPY finding a little bounce there at the 388 levels. I think we could even get down to 385s today. I talked about how 390s would be that downside look. We've already cracked through there about 2 points, bouncing a little bit. 390s as resistance could happen also. It comes back towards, let's say, 390 50s and rejects off of that level. That's what we'll be seeing. See if we can get a continuation.
I'm trying to find something to play if I can, but there's just nothing.
Love you too, bro. Much love.
AMD, okay. AMD's a VWAP if you wanted to go short there, but
okay.
I don't know about that one. Man, I might have to figure out some coffee stuff because I am exhausted already.
Looking for the final breakdown. Can I get my reward, please? Can we get it? Just doesn't want to break through this level. There's definitely somebody down here. Sneakily, sneak. Let's see what happens here. Boom! There it is. There it just went through 44s. Now down to 42s, 40s. Now let's look for the continuation. Right there. 36, 34s. Looking to get some out at 35 there. Just going to take 37 here. I took 38s. 38s, not bad there on Roblox from 27.05 there. Not a bad trade there at all. As soon as we broke down, jumping on the momentum. And yes, I could hold this a little bit, maybe turn it into a swing trade the last little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and take that right there. Not a bad trade there. From here, down there, not a bad trade. It's about 2.61% on the trade, and not a bad trade there on Roblox. Short side.
If I had to guess, I'm assuming that those puts that you're probably seeing that have zero open interest is because they just weren't available to trade yesterday. But Snap took such a big dump that they had to open up more strikes to match where the stock was trading. So that's probably why you don't see any open interest on that. But tomorrow you will because of the volume today. But that's more than likely why you don't see any open interest. Open interest is the total amount of contracts that were open still as of close the previous session. So if those contracts just weren't even trading, you don't have anything that were open.
All right, what's going on out there, guys? Zunaid, if you could hold it down for about 2 seconds. I'm just going to go get some OJ run, picking on up. We've already made our money. Let's keep it going. I'll be right back.
You're good. So let's take a look at the SPY here, right? The reason I went ahead and got those puts in the first place on the SPY is because you had SPY on the second 10-minute candle that went ahead and tested VWAP and also tested this 292.50 area. And that's exactly where I wanted to go short, and we did. And then we go ahead and, come on. We went ahead and scaled out some, and then it went ahead and tested it again, which is where we started to. So we added around here at like 337. Then it went against us. Then we added some more at like 317. Then when it came back down, we closed them. And then again, same thing. Came back, added, closed it. And then the original ad that we had at 337, we went ahead and took profits on this candle here. But the main reason is because it couldn't get above VWAP, couldn't get above the EMA, came crashing on down. And now it's getting perked up a little bit. If somehow we can get VWAP to about the 389.50s and we had SPY get there, I'd be interested in a short with a stop loss above 390. But for now, it's kind of a no man's land for me. So I'm not going to try to predict which way it goes, up or down. It's just not going to bode well for me. But that's a quick little review on. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Sorry, I got sidetracked or something. But that's the reason we took the SPY short. That's the reason it worked out. And then OXY already went over that. But let's see how low. I don't think SPY's in a bear market again. It was, but then we came out of it. So 20% is a bear market. And we are currently at 19-ish. Now, if we go ahead and close approximately below 384s, we'll be down 20%. Now, the Qs, God bless, the Qs are down like 30%, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure the Qs are down 30%. At the moment, they are down. Let's see. Where is it right now? There it is. Qs are down about 30%, give or take. Maybe 27, 28, but around 30%, the Qs are down. Hayes and David, open interest, do trade on high interest or low? Would you mind rephrasing that question, Chris? I didn't quite understand it. Hey, you're welcome, Israel. Thank you for the compliment, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you investing into the education and the knowledge. And there's a lot more out there, man. There's a lot more out there that even I don't know, and it's too complicated for me to even process and all that. So, but make sure whatever you do learn, you don't overwhelm yourself. You know, you don't want to get analysis paralysis, if you will. And you can see the Qs. Now, if Qs can get to the 385, or excuse me, the 285, could be a solid short, especially with VWAP being right near there. Would be interested in that. Boy, I really got to figure out my vitamins levels because I am tired. Good God. Like I could take a nap for like 2 hours right now. Hey, no worries, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Make sure you smash the like if you haven't already. What am I keeping an eye on? Keeping an eye on the Qs to see if it can go ahead and hit the 295 area with VWAP being close to there. That's where I'd look to scalp some puts. And that's something that I've focused on quite a bit recently. It's just kind of scalping and waiting patiently for my entries. Because typically what I would do, and this is a bad habit of mine that I'm looking to fix, and so far I have, is I would start getting puts here. Right? I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. If my total size that I want was like, let's say $2,000 worth of puts, I'd be like, okay, cool. Let me start with 500 here. Okay, let me get another 500 here. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and get 1,000 here. At this time, I'm already down on the first two ads, even though I know the whole time that my stop loss is around here. Now I just patiently wait. And then this is where I start buying 1,000 and then 1,000. And then I get stopped out if it cracks above. So basically just waiting patiently for my entries. Implied volatility. Okay, let me go back and read your question again. Hayes and Nate, with open interest, do trade on high interest or low? Still don't understand the question. Are you asking if open interest is dependent on high volatility? Open interest is just how many contracts are still open that people have not closed out. That's all it is. Stop your body, slow production down. What does that mean? Oh, am I still maintaining my workouts? Yes. That's sorry, I didn't read the first comment. Yeah. Yesterday was arms. Today, unfortunately, is going to be abs, and then tomorrow is going to be legs, and then Thursday I die. That's how it's going to be. It'd be funny if I actually did on Thursday. Somebody should come back and clip this at 10:38 market time. All right, here we go. Qs about 70 cents away from 385. Come on, Qs. Give me one quick scalp if I can get it. I want like a 50-cent scalp on the Qs. Come back and test the 295s. Yeah, Mitch didn't go get orange juice. Mitch went to move. That's what he did.
Doom. What happened?
They were like, "Where's Mitch? He spilled his orange juice." I was like, "He didn't spill his orange juice. He just started driving today to the Carolinas." Is what he did.
Yeah, you know, I just got my learner's permit, guys. Or take it easy on me, guys. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a 20-minute nap. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am exhausted for some reason.
Hey, sometimes you got to do it, man. Power nap, and then power on through the day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Damn. Yep. But anyway, what I was saying was the Qs. I'm waiting for about the 285s. If I could have gotten it, I would have gone short some scalps. But unfortunately, I didn't get it, and I don't want to just mess around and lose money that I've already gained. But always a pleasure, Mitch. Appreciate you, chat, and we will see you tomorrow. Right? We don't have anything tomorrow, right? Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, man. All right, guys, time for me to take on over. And yes, we'll be having Ryan back tomorrow. I thought it was today, but it's tomorrow. But hey, it happens, right? My man needs a vacation. So smash it on up, hit the likes. Let's keep it going here. Let's take a look at what's going on out there. Try a B complex for energy. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's get some B complex. Give my man a body armor or something. Learner's permit. First test. Cross-country drive. That's how you do it, right, Hex? Let's go, baby. At least it won't be my first cross-country drive. If you guys don't remember, I'm originally from Florida. Went to Colorado. Now going to Colorado to North Carolina. And then from there, who knows, baby? Who knows? It might go to Washington all the way across, baby. So who knows? There's one thing that I do is I don't hold myself back, man. And you got to go ahead and enjoy what you got out there. If you guys want to take a look at some stocks, throw it on up, guys. My swing trade here on Duke, not looking too bueno. And another thing to mention, roadblocks coming back fast, guys. Be careful out there. Market looks like it's popping back here. We'll see if it can continue. But definitely roadblocks coming on back here towards the 26.86. I could try to take another short off of 27, but I'm not going to go ahead and force my luck here. Let the trade kind of work on out eventually. We already nailed it here. We don't need to kind of over push here. One thing that we want to do is do some sector analysis. Take a look at what is in the green. Nothing is in the green. Even consumer defense is starting to break down there. So you got to be careful on out there. You could see some continued downside action. Technology isn't leading us down now. It's consumer cyclical. What is worse? What is the worst industry in consumer cyclical? Advertising agencies. Why is that, guys? That's a lot of it is because what we talked about Snapchat before the market opened. That could give you a potential to look at a lot of these plays. Look how this is trading today. OMC, advertising agencies, just getting crushed today, guys. And Snap gave you that look. I talked about MGNI at the pre-market when it was up here at $10. Now it's down there towards $9. That's an 8% move to the downside. We talked about this, how it would affect the advertising stocks because they throw up the red flag. Next thing you know, you're seeing these stocks take a big hit here and continuing some downside action. We'll see if this can continue, but definitely you could see them take a big hit. What's up, Eric? I'll see you soon, man. Maybe we got to meet up. We got to do a little meetup in the Carolinas when I get there. I'm going to try to do a little traders meetup. So I'll plan that out once I get there. Maybe sometime in late June or July. I'll let you guys know. I think someone's eating Snap's lunch. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, let's keep it going here. What do you guys got to take a look at? If you guys got a stock you guys want to check on out, throw it on up, guys. Let's keep it going here. And time to change up the rainy jazz to something else. I'm going to change this on up, get us something different here. Looks like we got some. Let's change it up here. Let's change it up here. Let's see how this one goes. All right, guys, if you guys got a ticker to take a look at or a trade you guys want to maybe call on out that you took today, throw it up in the chat. Hey, let's keep it going, guys. Good vibes only. Nope, Caleb, it isn't. Unfortunately, it's close to it, but it ain't yet. You got medicinal up north, so no worries. We'll figure it on out. Eric will tell you. Eric, another Eric coming on in, wants to take a look at AMD. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. All right, so AMD. Ooh, that actually looks like a good short there. All right, so this is what I call the 1, 2, 3, and it tries to get back there towards 91.83s, and it fails there at the 91.50 mark. I would like it to get back above 91.50s and then fail again through that 91.50s. Then we could get short somewhere between the 91.40s off of 91.50s here. But this one looks like a good potential VWAP fade right back down there, using that 91.75 as the risk on the upside. Could come right back down towards 89.78 today. It does not look bad here. Hey, believe in yourself, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's turn it up here. Put the music up a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud with my voice, but I'll try to keep up the sticky fingers. Let's go. OJ, pinky on up, baby. The only way. And I got the red cup today, the red solo cup. That's how you know I'm moving. Even the cups are away. All right, already seeing that knockdown there. Let's go to the 1 minute so you guys can see this on AMD. So this is what I mean by this is called the VWAP fake out fade. Okay, so when a stock does a breaking down of the VWAP and you see a big leak out the gates, right? Big leak. So a lot of times when we get back towards VWAP, sometimes we do this kind of like fake out fade from the VWAP. When we get above the VWAP, we try 3 times to break out. So you can see here, what do we get? 1 attempt to break out, 2 attempts to break out. Now we're going to look for that 3rd attempt to break out and fail above the 91.75. So a move going towards, let's say, 50s and then failing is what we're going to look to see. If we can get that, we'll be able to nail it down here and then just for a fade right back down towards the low. That's the fake out fade. It needs to go up there first and then fail. Then we can use that level to risk. It still hasn't even come up there. So what I like to do a lot of times in this case is be patient. Patience is going to pay here. And so we're looking for it to come up into that zone and then just get smacked right back down. All right, Tesla talking about there. What software? What you're seeing here, my charting service, this is TC2000. And you can't go wrong with the sticky fingers. I'll put some sticky fingers on. I got no problem with that. I'll check it out. FSU fan? Little Seminole fan? Hey! I'm not going to lie. I thought about it for a second about going towards FSU, but I ended up going to UCF. I don't know if you guys know where that's at, but definitely. Why not? The rap coach, lovely enthusiasm and optimism, man. Hey, power to you, man. Power to you and power to you guys out there. What I always talk about is one of the things that I definitely want to do is give, and not take. The only thing I'll take from you guys is a thumbs on up to help the show continue moving forward. I hope you guys can better your trading on here. And what it's really about is that I'm not perfect. Zunaid's not perfect. Neither is Ryan. We want to show you that process is the way to trade. Building a process and sticking to it is what's going to get you there to what you're looking for. And the key here is understanding that there's no one process to that success. How about them Dubs? Hey, there's some Tampa fans out there. I'm a big Rays fan, if you guys don't know, but big Rays fan. I see you Gator fans on out there. All right, someone wants to talk about coin. Let's talk about coin. All right, so coin is one of those that I just say that you just got to be careful, because I think this one's going to continue coming down until finally the trend of the overall market changes. I consider this one also like Hood. What's another big IPO that we've gotten recently? Rivian. You can see how these just continue to leak. In my eyes, these IPOs are just danger. Will Robinson, danger, guys. You got to be careful with these. These could keep coming down. Who knows where Coinbase is going to stop? It could be down towards, let's say, $20. No one knows. That's the truth. Do you use the order book to see the demand to predict next move? Yes. This doesn't happen always, though, Eric. For me, in this case, I use the order book a lot of the times when I see big orders lining up. There's a difference between just seeing algorithmic volume showing up on the time in sales, and there's a difference between following those big orders, having access to the whole market depth on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange can help you out. See these big orders just lining up. And a lot of times you run into those big orders, and that's where you see stocks turn around. That's why he's mentioning this, and I do think that's important. So that's one thing that you need to ask yourself. How much data do I need to really trade every day? And do I need to maybe pay up a little bit to get some tools that can help me? Some roll tide action out there. Let's keep it going. South Florida Haitian boy, where in Orlando are you? Hey, believe it or not, I used to be in Orlando. That's like kind of my roots are South Florida roots. That's where I grew up. Then I went to school in Central Florida, eventually looking for the move there. Here's AMD finally doing that move we talked about here. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. All right, AMD doing that little push on up here, and this is where we wanted to see it reject. So if it keeps going here, it could easily just continue pushing on out. So this is why we draw here a lot of the times, and we want to see the rejection, right? But what did it do? It closed actually above the 91.75. Now, if it doesn't crack that immediately right back down, you could see a breakout back towards 92.50. And this is why I am a little bit hesitant here. I always want to see the candle close right back down through that 91.50, not necessarily hold up here towards the top of the range like you're seeing. This is kind of more bullish action now, and it could continue up. All right, come on down here to the South Beers on me. South Beach, baby. Let's go. Eric, I love South Beach, man. I grew up down there. Antoinette saying, love your guys' show. It's such a help. Hey, that's what we're here for. Honestly, I'll quit my job the day that this doesn't happen anymore. If I can't help people, that's the day you guys will see me quit Benzinga. Because that's what I'm here for, guys. That's why I came to Benzinga, and that's what I'm going to keep doing right here on Benzinga, is trying to help traders get to that next level, and paying it forward is what I always preach. Pay it forward, guys. If you know a trader out there that's struggling, maybe you aren't the best trader, but you understand a little bit more than they do. Help them out. Give them some true knowledge. Maybe it's support. Maybe it's resistance. Understanding the fib retracements, whatever it may be. Understand there's no perfect way. I'll keep saying that there is no perfect way, but you can definitely help out other people continue forward in their journey. And one of the things that we shouldn't try to do is hold people back, because we want success. We want to give success, give those knowledge, give those lessons, and watch how it comes back to you. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. I'm trying to see here. Now we're going to go snap right back down below that 91.50 here. So let's go ahead. Let's take a shot here. Trying to get short here, but it just flew through that level there, guys. I'm sorry. I struggled there, guys. I didn't get in there. I was trying to short 91.45s there and went already to 91.30s there. So I'm going to try to get 91.40s here if it gets back into the 40. But, man, this just flew through my number there. Wanted to get short there right as it started breaking through the trend line right back down here. Here's the 40s showing up. Boom. Just grabbed it right there at 40. We got 42s there. So now we're going to hold towards a risk of 91.75. We don't want to see 91.75 break. If not, it could get into a breakout here. All right, there, guys. It already snapping up there towards that 91.80s here. Still haven't gotten out because I have it right above it at 80s. This is a hard trade right now. It's quick moves, guys. All right, it just got me out there at the 41s. So, like, essentially I lost 1 cent on there. I'm trying to get back in here, but it was kind of like flipping between the spread. The spread broke down there and it actually got me out right at the level that I was in at. So we're gonna hold here to see if it breaks completely down between the 91.30s here. We could get in there and just use the 40s. It's a little bit quick trading here, guys. Just trying to pay attention here. All right, you're going to see this candle close, and this should close here below 91.30s. We're going to look for the bounce as resistance and start getting in on it. You should get that bounce here. We're going to look for the bounce towards the trend line, and then we can knock it down right back down here. Essentially, lost. I think I gained a cent on that trade at the first one. I'm looking to get back in here. It's already flushing on us. Yeah, we might not get the move back towards 91.30s here. Let's see if we get it. It is breaking down already there. We'll see if we get a little pushback, but let's keep it going, guys. What do you guys got on out there? I want to keep the chat rolling through here. Don't want to get too lost in there. Just going to keep pushing here. Let's go. Let's go. All right, if you guys got a stock to take a look at, NCLH getting to COVID lows. What do you think? Let's take a look at that. I actually heard some people talking about this one earlier today. Probably should have stayed into that AMD trade. The spread was a little bit weird there. It definitely was jumping all around there. Went from like around 91.50s up there to 91.80s, then right back down there towards 91.41. There was about 40 cents there where it was just flying through there. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's keep it going here. Any books you suggest for Western technicals? Hey, reach out to me, Rohan. I'll hook you up. Got Rohan's in the back too. I love it. All right, guys, let's take a look here. We wanted to take a look at NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line, down there towards 1384. This is real concerning. You're all the way back down towards essentially pandemic lows. Can the stock get all the way back down essentially to those pandemic lows? We got there to a low of 725. So we're still a little bit ways from there. But this does look like it's coming down to the next level of 1240s. And from there, I can see 960s as the next level down. This is still trading on the downside. Can I see some upside coming into the future? Maybe, but it's going to take a while, right? One of the things that you got to remember is how much investment these companies had in new ships. They were looking towards the cruise industry like it was going to continue booming, and the pandemic changed that completely. Now we want to see those new ships completely full. We want to see kind of bookings really continuously to come out and showing us that they're really coming on back. Right now, it's not that time yet, but I could see it continue coming on back. The real question here is, when will the cruise lines really start seeing that full capacity? One of the things that I hear out there is that they're giving like a lot of free giveaways, a lot of kind of like ways to fill up the ship to make them look full, but they're not getting full by actual bookings. That's what we want to keep an eye out. Put in AMD 16%. Eric, well, there you go, bro. At least someone able to nail it. Even though if I made my penny today, it happens, guys. All right, let me take a look here. I know I had Duke here earlier today, so that one's down about a very low amount. It's still not down where I'd cut it here, but it is a losing position on the day. Ollie is a little bit down from the open, but not bad there. You got it, Eric. Hey, if you're done, call it a day, man. Enjoy it. Pinky on up. Go get some breakfast. Smile. Take a deep breath. One of the things that I think traders have a trouble of doing is stopping the addiction of trading, right? Addiction of trading. What I mean by that is that a lot of times you're going to be what? You're going to be addicted to keep looking at charts. Oh, I want to catch this stock. I want to catch this stock. This pattern looks good. Remember, we don't need to trade everything under the sun to get the money, to get the profits. Find what works for you. Find what timing works for you. And there's times where, hey, I made a certain amount of profit. I'm done for the day. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did a great job today. And also, I think it's important also, understand that let's say if you have a losing day, but you have a max drawdown and you actually obey to that, give yourself another pat on the back. So important, guys, is understanding to give yourself confidence when you use your trading system correct in both ways, not just in the winning side, but also in the losing side. When you keep to those risks, pat on the back. That's what's going to get you to keep to the discipline and keep going in the right direction. All right, let's keep it going, guys. Let's go. 70% profit in Beyond Meat. That's what I'm talking about. That Beyond Meat probably just crashed. Yeah, it did. Oh man, I should have looked for one of those shorts there. That thing's just getting crushed. All right, Roblox. Could it keep coming down? Yeah, it could keep coming down. You know, it's up there towards 27. Keeps trying to break out, but failing there. A lot of what I would look for now is to see if it kind of rejects off the third time there. So let's take a look at the 1 minute. Remember the same way that we looked at AMD. So we look for that third attempt to break out to fail. And so right now you got one attempt. You just got your second. I would actually look for the third. But hey, to each his own, right? But for me, I would look for an attempt back down here and then coming trying through 27.15 and then failing right back down below VWAP. All right. Small loss is a good trade. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Finally buying weekly options, and it's helping me hold off on trying to trade every day. But the need to trade every day is very strong. 100%, Jessica. You're not the only one that feels this way. This is the reason why I feel a lot of day traders struggle to stay consistent. Not that they can't win on a trade, but they can't stay consistent because they start trading everything versus just particular strategies. I think in day trading, you need to be almost kind of more in tune with exactly what your play needs to be so that you can get that profit. In certain areas, you might not going to need to be so exact. Like let's say in swing trading, a lot of times 5 to 10 cents isn't going to make the biggest difference because the share size is way smaller. And the reason here is you get around kind of stock picking. Stock picking is the best way to make money in day trading. So that means picking the right stocks at the right time. And so with that being said, you can't try to trade everything under the sun because that's an easy way to get back the profits. Need to be a sniper. 100%. I would agree with that mentality, especially when you're looking at day trading. You're in, you're out, you're trying to find specific criteria to go ahead and determine if this is a trade for you. It's not about taking everything that moves. This is where a lot of day traders get it wrong. Plan your trade, trade your plan. 100%. Made a daily go, says Ron Willis, and I'm done for the day. See you tomorrow, Ron. Hey, pat on the back, my friend. Good job, Ron. All right, I only trade with 25% of my count, says Daniel Torres Comedy here. Know how much you can afford to lose. Another great example. The reason here why that's going to help you is that a lot of times at first it's survival. Learn to trade for a whole year and say, hey, I didn't lose a single penny. That right there shows actual skill, believe it or not. Even though you're not making money, it shows skill that you're not losing money. First, it's not losing money, then it's break even, then it's small profits, then it's big profits. I think that's the evolution of a good day trader. What is a typical setup you like to trade? A typical setup I like to trade is the VWAP fade, exactly what you saw here. Especially to the short side. If you're looking for a stock towards the short side, what are you looking at in pre-market? You're looking for a big drop at the gates. Exactly what you get here. Big drop out the gates, right? Then you're looking for a move back towards the VWAP, which is the orange line. And as you get that curve right here, you get short off of that line. If we take a look here on that line here, it was at 27.18. We actually go towards a high here of 27.15. So slightly below that level, you could have got in there. I actually got in there at 27.05s and then drove it right back down towards the low of the day, which is towards 26.45. I got out there at 26.60s and then eventually getting out at 26.80s. But it gives you the potential for it to come right back down towards the low of the day. And this is called a VWAP fade or VWAP fade, whichever one you want to call it. Let's go. Let's go. On to the stops always. All right. All right. So starting to see some stocks finding a little bit of a bounce here. Let's take a look here at the SPY. SPY trying to come back towards 388. Went down towards a low here. The low of the day, we got towards 386.96 here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Let's actually go towards closer towards a 15. Let's take a look at some of the sectors. What are we starting to get? Maybe something's finally into the green. Defensive is still down 0.34. Energy down 0.7. So the only one that's looking like it's leaning towards green is defensive stocks. And what is green there already? So confectionery. So MDLZ, Mondelez looks interesting to me. Hershey's looks interesting to me today. You got also wineries and distilleries not having a bad day. STZ up about 0.61%. That one doesn't look too bad. You can see here Coke doing well today. Not a bad day, at least even for Pepsi. So these are coming on back a little bit, but these did get hit recently. We'll see if these can continue running. Philip Morris also trying to come up, but not holding the gains there. All right, drink some beers, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I like that. I like that picture there. The blue and red with the beer drink. That's not bad. I like the logo there. All right, let's keep it going. Apple looks good. Let's take a look. Apple right now off the 138s. Looks like it's trying to come back towards VWAP, which is 139, 737s. I tried to break through on the downside of 138, but couldn't. It hit it multiple times. We'll see if it breaks that now, but definitely trying to come back here towards the upside. Do you have more than one strategy you used during different market conditions, or do you just like VWAP trades? So yes, 100%. I mean, one of the things that you need to always consider is how the market environment plays into your trades, right? So sometimes we get like big action, upside action in the overall market, a huge trend rip out. And those are the days that I love to trade more off of moving averages, VWAP bounce types of trades. You're trying to catch red to green little lifts, right? And so there's certain times also where we're seeing the market kind of pointing towards the downside, like we saw today, right? And in those cases, I'm going to actually look for green to red moves where it goes green to a resistance, rejects off of that level, and you could be shorting off of that resistance. You know, maybe a longer time frame, you see a bearish pennant popping up to the resistance and then fading off of that level. That's how you could be attacking it. The big thing here is that, yes, I do have multiple strategies. And what I would tell you is don't only have one tool in the toolbox, because the problem with having one tool in the toolbox, one strategy, is that it's very hard to stick to the criteria needed for that one strategy. And so what ends up happening, you trade everything under the sun anyways. So That's what I would say to pay attention to. What is my weekly goal? I actually don't have a weekly goal. I have more of a monthly goal. And a lot of the times that's going to be more based on a percentage of my account than necessarily dollar amounts. Because one of the things that I've learned to do is that it's okay, maybe you're focusing on the dollar accounts while you're actually making the trade. That happens sometimes. I'm going to be honest. Like we pay attention to unrealized more than the percentage that's changing. Now, the big thing here is not necessarily only to pay attention to those drawdowns, but you want to go ahead and kind of give yourself the lift, right? And so for me, I think what you focus on is a monthly goal. Understand that there's going to be bad weeks, and on those bad weeks, you shouldn't fight that bad week. You should wait to see if the market turns around a little bit and your strategy starts going into the green. This is why I say it's so important to know the gas and the brake and determining that. All right, let's keep it going here. We got over 644 people here. We're going to get you on to Benzinga Live. That's going to be at 11:30, guys. I've been going for over close to 2 hours here. You guys do us a favor, smash it on up, and let's keep it going. Let's see if we can find one more trade here. All right, the Qs. How the Qs doing here? The Qs are coming back there towards 283. So we're definitely getting a little bit of a bounce in the overall market here. Let's take a look at the SPY to see if it comes to that 390 area. All right, getting a little OJ in me. Pinky on up. Let's go. All right, learn how to increase and decrease risk depending on market conditions. 100%. I think that's so important. And it's hard to determine, but I think that that's really how you kind of separate yourself from like the traders that just trade the same way in every market condition. And what do those traders end up doing? A lot of times they end up trading towards more break even because they don't know when to push the gas pedal and when to hit the brake. They just always on the gas pedal. Maybe they put their foot off of the gas pedal, but the foot stays on top of that gas pedal. It never moves to the brake. Just like when you drive, you can't use that left foot to hitting the brake. You got to use that right foot, right? And so it has to take a stop off of that gas going to the brake. That's what the good traders do. They know when to hit the brake. They know, okay, good in market environment, data pointing to the upside, continuation moves happening. Let's go ahead. Let's trade towards the upside. And that's what you're looking for a lot of the times. And what this does is that, let's say you start making like, let's say 20 to 30% gains, or maybe even 12% gains, but your losses are like 2 to 3%. And maybe some of your smaller wins are like, 2 to 3% also. But what's going to separate you is that you're not getting a big drawdown and you're still hanging out for certain trades to give you that big gain. Like on Lucid, that pushed me forward, way forward on my P&L. You can see it a lot of the times if you track your P&L, you'll see a quick dive towards the downside, which is what you don't want to see. That means you risked way too much. Or you'll see a quick spike on the upside. That means you probably increase risk at the right time. All right, let's go. Let's go. Ruel in the house, guys. Have you guys checked out Ruel's show? If you haven't, definitely check it on out. They've been doing really great coverage in the crypto space. All right, let's keep it going, man. What are you guys seeing out there? If that works, then it can fund 2 or more of those half risk trades, 100%. And one of the things that I see often, traders are like, oh, I knew I was going to lose on that position. I had that feeling. Then why the hell to go to full risk? It's okay to maybe test the market a little bit. Be like, my strategy is not working good right now. I'm not seeing good numbers. I'm going to actually cut my sizing to a 4th until I see it work. And so I'm still taking trades, but now the losses are really small. And the wins, yeah, if it goes in my direction, it goes in my direction. But what I'm looking for is necessarily more of my data coming back than necessarily my strategy coming back. The data is going to tell you the strategy is back into play. A good defense equals the best offense. I would agree with that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. What's going on in the market? It's 11:06. If you guys got a stock to take a look at, we can do so. AMD coming back towards the VWAP. We'll see what happens on that one. How are the Qs looking? Qs looking like they want to come back on up there, but everything kind of moving slowly there. Zoom looking interesting for a short here, actually. I'm going to take a look here at Zoom right now. All right, it's trying to do that third little push here. Okay, so we're going to look to see if the third push fails here. So you guys can see I've been talking about this trade often. This is called the VWAP fake out fade. So when you get that one push on up, two pushes on up, and then the third push does what? It fails to break on out there. That's what we're looking for right there. That's looking good there. Let's see right here if we can get a little pop up and get into this. Got to lower down the share size here because it's a little bit of a bigger stock here. All right, just joining in there at 91.10s here. 91.10s, getting short there. 91.10s here, guys. Looking to add towards 91.45. Risk is to 92. But if it just starts cracking down, we'll take it here. So we just got short there. Let's see if we can get this down. This is a VWAP fake out fade right back down. And a lot of times when we get the VWAP fake out fade or a VWAP fade, we're going to get down one and it comes up one, down two, it comes up three, and then it finally tries to come back towards that lower level. Let's see if we can really just start seeing some leaking here in Zoom. What do we not want to see? A close back above 91.45 here. Let's see what happens. All right, Apple trying to go green and make a run. We'll see what happens on that one. Of course, I wouldn't want to see that kind of make that run because it could push us on out. All right, let's go ahead. Let's change it on up here. It's 11 o'clock. Time to get some new music up in here. Change the vibes here. Oh, should I put on our stream? Yeah, I should put on our stream, guys. Let me look up our stream, guys. If you guys don't know, we started putting out kind of a Benzinga music here, guys. So you guys want to check this on out there. I want to check it on out. Let's go to their channel here. You guys can go ahead and check it on out too. A little bit later in the day, around 6 o'clock, and overnight, we put out the Benzinga Lo-Fi Chill Radio Beats to Trade there, guys. So check that on out. It'll be live in about 6 hours, but I can go ahead and play yesterday's stream. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. Let's see what tunes we got playing on here. Oh, it's just the vibe, just the rain. Oh, there's the music. Hey, let's keep it going here with Benzinga's, guys. If you guys haven't checked out this stream, check it on out, guys. All right, what do we got in the chat now? You would be stupid to have a stop loss of 10 points. Yeah, it's a little tough there. Looking good right now in Zoom. We're looking for it to take out the lows here, coming down towards 89. Let's see it get towards 89 first, and then we'll look to take the profit going down towards 87. So that fake out through the 92 is why we got short there. We'll see if it can come back down there to those levels. All right. Also say if you're only winning trades on average of 10 points. Not sure what that was about. I'm just going to keep it going here. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Can't hear it, man. Share link. You don't hear it? All right. Let me go ahead and I'll give you guys a link here also if you guys want to check it out yourself. Maybe use it as background music for when we're on also. Here you go. I'll throw it up in the chat here. Here's the link. All right, what's the average dollar amount you trade with? It's kind of I could give you that, Joshua. If you want, you could reach out to me, Joshua, so I could give you a little bit more about statistics. I don't mind giving them out there, but my problem with when we start talking about dollar amounts is that it's going to start becoming about how much dollars you make on each trade, how much money you're making, and that's what I don't want this trade stream to be about. But, I mean, I don't mind talking about it. It's just more along. I don't want it to be focused on it. Pen can't recover. Yeah, man. Pen is it's tough. All right, let's take a look here at the overall market, see if we're getting some downside action that will help us in that name there. We still got Duke. We're going to see if that can work there to go green today. But let's take a look here. Let's put the SPY here in the middle, or on the left. We'll put the Qs here in the middle here, and we're looking to see if this can come back here. Also, let's put Apple here in the middle here. Let's see if Apple breaks down or comes back to VWAP like it was talked about in the chat. Zoom almost down there towards 90 there, guys. So we're almost up a point there on Zoom. So we're going to keep an eye out on it, but it's not looking too bad there. Got in there at 91.10s. Now down there towards 90.22s, almost breaking through the 90. Let's go, guys. Oh, penny. Let's look at pen in the middle here. Ow! Good Lord, that's not a good chart. Holy crap, man. Holy crap, someone sound the alarm. Call Chewbacca. I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, guys. It looks like the dark side's taking control in pen. Be careful out there, guys. The dark side taking control of pen there. Not what you want to invest in, DKNG there. Probably the same thing. Oof, down there towards 1356. Could break down continuously. We'll see what happens there. SPY trying to come back. We'll see if it breaks on down. But definitely a tough day out there, man, if you had those gambling stocks. Whew. How reliable have you found weekly chart patterns to be? So a lot of times what I look for on a weekly is to lead me on the daily. And so the weekly gives you that bigger picture, the bigger picture. Okay. Is this stock bullish? Is the stock bearish? Once you see it on the weekly and you determine, okay, this looks bullish to me, go on the daily. See if you see any pattern that's leaning towards a bullish outbreak. That's how I like to use the weeklies to the dailies. Doesn't mean that I found the weekly patterns to be better, but what I like to do is I like to see multi-time frame continuality. And so one of the things is you want to see that the patterns look the same on the weekly and the daily. So the weekly looks bullish. There. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Born. So one of the things that we're looking for is that the weeklies match the daily outlook. The daily matches the 15 outlook. The 15 matches the 1 minute outlook. And when you get that type of look, you're going to have that high conviction. Am I still giving out my trade book? I might. Speaking of which, guys, I don't got too much time, guys. I got about, what? We got like 1 week, 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks till I take my CMT testing, guys. This is this book that you guys see me pull out all the time. I have it really next to me. I just had it down there right now. I mean, there's so much in here. There's so much gold I can give, guys. I mean, a pivot point techniques, average true range, and how everything's determined, I think is so important. You know, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize too is that there's small trends and then there's large trends, right? And so one of the things that we want to make sure that we're looking at is understanding that there could be smaller trends that look bearish, and then the larger trend is an upside move. This is what you want to kind of be studying. Got to be willing to put in the work, guys. There's 3 principal time horizons. It's the primary, the intermediate, and the minor. Sometimes you're going to see a stock putting into what? They're going to be putting in an intermediate or a minor move on the daily chart. But the weekly, the primary move is towards the upside. This is why it's so important to have something to study on. And if you want to go ahead and get this, just reach out to me on Story Investors. The only thing I ask is if you guys follow Benzinga and myself, and we keep pushing on forward. All right, Zoom trying to come back here towards 91 here. Remember, I wanted to add slightly above our entry there at 91.10s, looking to hold towards anything that closes above 91.45 would get us out. We're looking to add towards that number and not let it get towards 92, of course. We'll see what happens there. If the SPY breaks down here, that's going to actually probably help us out here. Apple still looking weak. Still trying to come back, but it could. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's keep it going here. Zed Marshalls. Hope you knock it out. That's what it's all about, man. I'm actually thinking what I'm going to do is I might even do some study sessions. If you guys want to join me for some study sessions, let me know in the comments after the show today, or hit me up at Story Investors and be like, yeah, I'd be down to do a little bit of study sessions for the CMT. What I'll do is I'll probably just pull up the study guide and start rolling through there talking about things. But we're getting some reaction in the market here, guys. SPY is popping on up here. So we got to go ahead and protect here our Zoom position. We're going to go ahead and get on out here, not fight it here. We're getting on out there right there at 91.62, taking a little bit of a hit today on that one. But the reason why is we're seeing an opposite reaction here in the overall market. We don't want to get caught in this move. 100% for this the study sessions. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. It'll probably take over Money Mitch, and then we'll just probably do a little study sessions for 30 minutes. But why not? Let's all learn together. All right, let's see what's going on there. Zoom pushing back on up there. Could squeeze on out here. So one of the things that I do is I draw a trend line. You can see how it pops above this 91.45. You could see some squeezing action now coming onto the market. Apple, you'd want to see it back towards VWAP. Let's take a look at the AMD. AMD went down there towards 90.60s. Could come back there. We'll see what happens now and if we get that continuation move or not. All right, looking around out there. Just kind of dealing with everything that's going on right now. Let's see what's going on in the market. What are we seeing in the sectors? Are we getting some sectors to go green? That could be a good sign there. Consumer defensives 0.32 down on the day. Still hasn't gone green on the day. So keeping an eye out to see if these are going to really do go green, and maybe we see some continuation. But right now, they're looking weak. Appreciate the love, Trout. All right, where do we find Story Investors? On Twitter. Twitter. See that? Let's see that little logo in the top corner? Follow us. Hit us up, guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look on out there. I think Jerome Powell is going to be speaking around 12 or something like that. So we could see a quick change in the market there. So just keep an eye out, guys. We'll see what happens. That Dow theory. Yes, man. We got it. Let's go. All right, let's keep it going here. Looks like they're trying, and then bag holders sell off. Yeah, it happens. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look out there. The SPY, what are we seeing in the SPY? SPY came right back down there. So just be careful on down there. It came right back down there towards the low side. Could wash out. And then we see that real takedown there. All right, Roblox, where do we get that to? It actually pushed on up there, and that's what you got to be careful about. That's why I like to let it break back down through the VWAP. But it's looking interesting also for me around these levels too. I'm going to probably call it a day, at least on my trades. I'm going to keep that Duke on and Ollie that I have. So Duke, it's still on here, guys. We're a little bit in the red. We got in there at 11.50s today. It's at 11.20s. Smaller position, swing trade. We're going to look for this to continue on the daily. What would get me out is a move below 110s. So we're going to look for that to continue on up through 112s today and give us a good gain. That's Duke. There you go. A little Duke news coming in from Bill. Duke Energy, Florida, first solar power plant in the Bay County, delivers clean renewable energy to its customers. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. 1220. Thank you, John. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap on up here in about 10 minutes. So I'll soon be wrapping on up here. And trying to figure out what's going on in the overall market. You know, it's just been a battle lately, guys. And if we take a look at the SPY, it's not looking good today overall. This is the daily chart. It's looking like we're going right back down to take out these lows. We could take out 395 today, going towards 380s. And if that happens, I mean, hold on to your pants because the next retracement level is down there towards 350. And I definitely don't want to see it get back down there. Just talking with Chris right now. We're talking about VCon. If you guys want to check out some VCon content, we're going to be putting that out, and we'll also probably talk about it on, of course, the roadmap. The roadmap will be on today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Let me know what you guys feel. And how do I feel about the monkeypox? Dude, I was kind of away when this kind of first started, so I have no idea how I feel about the monkeypox. I kind of don't even want to think about it, to tell you the truth, but hey, who knows? Dot Square, love from France. Much love, man. Much love. Let's keep it going. All right, let's go ahead to see what's going on out there and see what we're going to go ahead and nail today. Today we nailed roadblocks on the short side. We did take a nice trade on MRO, even though it's in the red now. And we took a trade right out the gates. Like, we were able to nail this right to the resistance. And I'm sure a lot of people probably lost on MRO today, but we were able to make money. Don't kiss no monkeys. I guess that's how you get it. I'm not sure. Is this because of all the apes? Is this because of all the apes out there? Is that why we're getting monkeypox? Who knows? All right, we'll see what's going on out there. Fisker down 15%. I don't even want to take a look at Lucid. Oh, good Lord. Lucid. Why does Lucid want to do it to me now? Now it wants to do it to me, Bill. Fisker also losing the bottom there. Oh, yeah, it did. It came back, and this was just an opportunity to get short. Look at that. Kapow. Kapow. Look at Lucid. Kapow, right back down. We'll see what happens on these. Tesla. Schlacked. Other EVs. Schlacked. Ford. The recent Kathy Wood buy. GM. Schlacked. Man, Kathy's like an omen right now, man. If you see her buy your stock, run the other way. At least it feels like it. All right, we'll see what's going on out there if we're able to push on through here. And yes, I know the monkey pokes and all that is going around, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm just not paying attention to it until it's maybe showing up in my area, but who knows? All right, let's take a look at the snap, the disaster of the day, continuing down there to 1330s, just showing you that, yes, advertising super weak, not looking good there. And I'm sure TTD is looking like the same damn thing. There you go. MGNI. Also, stocks just getting hit hard. Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear alert, 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 guys. I got to let you guys know on this one. Sound the alarm. The Build-A-Bear is starting to break down. You guys know I've been a bear in this one. Been calling this one out since 20, guys. Since the three highs trying to break out. This was the high that it was supposed to come back through 20s. It couldn't do it. What ends up happening? Shellacked, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Build-A-Bear. I'm glad I talked about it this morning. I kind of was going to skip it, but look at that, guys. Already now breaking through the 18 down to 16 there, 11% day on the downside. And I think this is just going to continue coming on down. I think it could go even to $10. I mean, we're talking about there. You might have risked, like, let's say 7.5% for a move back down there, and towards 10 or even 13 is already 25%. So we'll see what happens there in the Build-A-Bear workshop. They do have earnings on Thursday. We could see them just get slacked. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. There you go. Hey, Chairmo, have a great day. I know that you're always here supporting us, so I appreciate you. And just to let I see where you got that makeup on. You know, you're looking good, and that's what matters. I mean, most people think Chermo is a guy for some reason. I don't know why, but hey, Chermo, power to you. Kill it, kill it. Have a great day. Go have a good day. All right, Zen Bullish talking about Snap foretelling future of tech earnings. Yeah, MGNI is like all SPACs down. Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessarily because it's MGNI is a SPAC. I mean, it's just because it's also like TTD is not a SPAC, but it's just getting crushed too. It's just because it's a leader in advertising. All right, let's see what's going on out there. We're going to start wrapping on up. We got about 4 minutes left here, guys. Let's go ahead and change up the tunes, put some good vibes before we get on out of here and kind of change up the vibe. I want to go ahead and put some positive music on so you guys know where I'm about to go. You guys know what I like to play here. Little reggae action. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know someone had asked for this earlier today, so I might get this in here. There you go. Okay, okay. I got you. I got you. Someone in the chat asked for earlier today Sticky Fingers. So here's Sticky Fingers, How to Fly. Let's go. Let's go. AAL. I got you. I'll take a look at that. Ooh, American Airlines breaking on down there, looking like it wants to go back to 2020. Hey. Run. Hey. Devils, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. So one of the areas that I've been seeing getting weak is the travel game. And a lot of this is Airbnb just getting crushed too also. So we're going to look to see if this continues the trend. But yes, you've been seeing a destruction in travel. Look at Hilton. Hilton will give you a good sign here. Looks like it's going up and all of a sudden downturn and hard downturn. What Tiny said, Ryan turned into a cat, man. He's jamming out there. You guys don't know, he turned into Buddy. Let's go. So say hey. All right, guys. I'll be on later on Benzinga Live doing an interview. So I hope that you guys make it out there. I'll be doing an interview at 12:15 Eastern. Stay tuned, guys. RSP Recovery, the biggest, well, one of the biggest SPACs. So if you guys want to hear from that, definitely stay tuned, guys. And do me a favor, come on over to the interview. Met that daily quota. You got it, Eric. Have a great day, man. Pat the back and say, let's go. Let's keep it going. I know this market can be depressing. So, hey, keep pushing through, guys. That's all I can say. Sticky fingers. Who's got those sticky fingers out there? Mark Gilly talking about gold. Let's take a look at gold today. I wanted to take a look at basic materials to see if we were going to get anything to turn towards the upside. Looks like gold is catching a little bit of a bid. Where was it catching the bid? At the full 100 replacement of the move. So gold, last time when we called this breakout, that was in February 13th, right? We got a breakout, right? It ended up going all the way up. A lot of times when you get a breakout, sometimes you're going to retrace 100% of the move. And what do you see the stock go to? Right there, back 100%. Why does that happen? It's so important. A lot of times when a trend pulls back 100%, it enters into a brand new trend. And that's what we're trying to see here. Is gold really pushing? Are we going to see continuation here? I would pay attention to stocks like AU, GLD. You know, you could take a look at GLD. You know, are these going to continue making moves on up? We're definitely getting a good day one move. Another one you could keep on watch is NEM. Good day one move in gold today. So definitely some relative strength in gold. We'll look to see if it can continue. All right. Do you do this every day? Pretty much, Samuel. So stick around right here on Benzinga. And of course, do me the favor, guys. Smash up that subscribe bell, guys. I know that about 40% of you guys that watch this show aren't subscribed to the channel. So hit that up and hit the bell so you can be notified the moment that we go live. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us today. I'm going to get you guys on over to Benzinga Live up next, guys. So let me know what you guys want to hear right here on live trading. If you guys want some more strategy breakdown, if you guys want some learning lessons, if you guys want us to go more in depth in our trades, let us know. That's what we're going to do. One of the biggest things that we like to do here at Benzinga is listen to your feedback. So if you have something for us and you can keep on pushing us forward, please hit the comments after the show. All right, guys, not a bad day hitting those like buttons. I did see, like, what do we got to? We got to 522, and there was about 800 people watching. I'll take that. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going, guys. I'm going to bring you now over to Benzinga Live. You don't got to go anywhere. This will redirect you right on over. And before I get on out of here, I'm going to play you guys a Benzinga Pro right here. Benzinga Pro. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do so.
Introducing Smarter Financial News Search with Benzinga Pro. Now, with an array of familiar screening filters like price, short interest, and PE ratio, you can actually screen financial news for stock trading ideas. But that's not all. On top of fundamental and technical screening for actionable news catalysts, now you can tailor your newsfeed with Boolean operators or, and not. The result is perfect. By your own standards for your own news trading strategy. Prepare for the upcoming rebound. Capture news catalysts before major price moves with Benzinga Pro today.
Check.